my beautiful people. Inspirational Beauty with Lulu-Lee, inviting you to my kitchen. So I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I asked you about doing videos for cooking. Actually, I asked you guys if you want recipes, and then in the poll, 100% of the votes said we want the recipes with seeing you cooking. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm bringing you into my kitchen. It's not gonna be a fancy schmancy type of thing. I'm gonna literally show you how I cook, which means I take all my vegetables out. While I'm cooking, I decide what I'm throwing in there. I'll show you my sink is full of garbage from the vegetables. I simultaneously make a few different things, but this is really how I cook. I have 2 kids. People are hungry in this house. People are screaming for food. I'm trying to do different things simultaneously. So I cook quick, but I cook healthy, and run with me. I hope you can enjoy it. You will see things obviously that you can do at home too. That's the whole point. I'm just going to show you how, real life doing it, not like in a special kitchen and special videos. I'm being shot by my man Brega, my cinematographer, but it's only so you guys can actually see what I'm doing, because I need 2 hands to cook. We don't want to burn down the kitchen. We just want to feed you well. All right, so we're going to start. Tune in. I'm excited. So today I'm going to make a vegetable, not really a stir fry, kind of steamed stir fry with tofu. And I'm also going to make quinoa on the side. So if you want the extra protein or you don't want tofu, you can just have vegetables with quinoa, or you can have the vegetables with the tofu, or you can have the tofu with the quinoa. You have so many options. I use avocado oil. Usually I don't really like to cook with olive oil. I use olive oil when I do like cold press stuff. So a nice little stir. I don't believe in food waste. So there was a half an onion in the refrigerator that goes in here. I start with the hard vegetables first, so they'll have more time. Like I said, this is not chefing. This is Lulu-Lee cooking for her children and for herself at home. So celery stalks, I cut in the middle, and then I do it. Like I said, one will be fat, one will be skinny, one will be sideways. I don't care. It all get digested in the stomach. As my mom always used to say when I would tell her about my food being nasty or ugly, she said, your stomach doesn't care. It all gets mush inside. So I start with that. I literally put the vegetables as I go. So we have the onion, we have the celery. I'm going to do zucchini. I switch my knives because I like that with a smooth rather than crinkle cut. Oh, I'm going to get a sweet potato. I forgot about this sweet potato. So I had some cauliflower leftovers from a barbecue that I did. That's coming out. That's going in here. Be creative. To me, that's the most important part, because you don't really know what you want to eat. You just know that you're hungry and you want something healthy. So just go with the vibe. Look at what you have in the refrigerator. I always say, if you have more than 3 colors in your food, you're eating healthy, right? So those little peppers, the carrots, you have green, you have red, you have yellow. I got some herbs. They're going to be added at the end. While I'm doing this, everything is starting to get sizzling. I'm going to stir it a little bit, and I stir as I go. I cook it on medium. I'm going to do my chives. I don't do them first like the regular onion, because I don't like their flavor too fried with the heat. I like them when they stay a little raw too. So, see, I don't know what that is, but that's going in the garbage. And my sink is my garbage. Like literally, that's how I cook. And then at the end, I clean everything, because I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just trying to eat good, and I'm trying to do it fast. Oh, I got mushroom. I cut the mushrooms ahead of time. Wow, I prepared something ahead of time. I feel really like a vlogger right now. I'm going to get to those carrots in a minute. Let me get these two. So I have these cauliflower. They were already, like I said, in the refrigerator, rinsed and cut to flowers. I'm just going to cut them however it really, oh, see, casualties, don't matter. We'll clean later. Cut them however, don't try to be fancy. Don't try to make it, if it's 2-inch cut of this, who cares? I promise you, it's going to taste so good at the end. I'm going to cover it a little bit to get softer while I get the carrots cut. The beauty about natural eating to me is that really, I stopped eating meat a long time ago, over, I want to say about 12, 13 years ago already. So for me, becoming fully vegan only happened 2.5 years ago. After I had breast cancer, I really wanted to step up my health and as far as what I was consuming, and fish started tasting not yummy to me anymore. So I kind of allowed myself to listen to my body and listen to my mind. And I always said that to myself too. When my mind is going to catch up with my body or my body is going to catch up with my mind, I'll become vegan. Till then, I'm eating sushi. But I really wanted to stop. So when it happened, I really embraced eating more and more vegetables, eating more raw, or kind of experimenting with cooking in a different way. In the winter, 90% of my food is soups. I make a ton of soups, and it really is same thing. Whatever is in the refrigerator goes in a pot. I add water, I add seasoning, and it's fire. I have yet to have somebody be here or eat my food and tell me that it doesn't taste good. So, and that's not to like toot my own horn, although beep beep. No. But it really is to just show you guys that it has to do with, look, the camera is moving because Braga is laughing at me, just so you know. But no, it really is to make you guys really understand that when you cook with love and when you cook with purpose, it comes out yummy no matter what you're going to put in it. So that's what we're going to do. I love that sound. Oh, I got some more peppers. Okay. So that's how it is. It's messy. It's a lot, but we're doing it. Now, as far as the seasoning, we can do different ways. So you can do soy sauce and, just soy sauce, and then it'll be like more Asian. And when I say just soy sauce, I literally mean it. Just soy sauce, and it tastes yummy. You can add ground pepper if you wanted to. Sometimes I like it spicy, so I mix the soy sauce with, some kind of like a paste, like a tomato spicy paste, or in Israel we call it schug, which is like hot peppers that with oil grounded, and we kind of use that in our cooking or in sandwiches or whatever. So you can add that if you like it spicy. You can add a jalapeno at the end too, not in the beginning because the fumes of the spice can become a little harsh. But I'm going to do this with just whatever seasoning that comes to mind, and we'll see what's going to come out. I have my plethora of seasoning, Braga, if you want to show them. Yes, love me some seasoning. So this is what we're going to do. Let's see. My Himalayan salt. Now, I can tell you a half a spoon of this, a teaspoon of that, but honestly, I feel like cooking is so individual. So somebody might not like black pepper. Don't add black pepper. Usually any kind of seasoning to not overpower will be a teaspoon, half a teaspoon at the most. Same with salt. I can tell you a teaspoon of salt and you'll be like, no, I like more or I like less. So cook to your flavor. These are the flavors I use. So I did salt, pepper. I'm doing a little bit of ground garlic. granulated garlic. I'm actually going to do uh, dried rosemary, which I love, and I'm being generous with that. And I'm going to do a little turmeric too, which is an anti-inflammatory and great. Love the flavor of turmeric. It's not overpowering its other flavors that it's mixed with, but its nutritional value is really, really good. I got some paprika flakes in here, so I'm going to mix those a little bit. Whoop, flying all over. And I think that's about it. Maybe what else do I have that speaks to me right now? I think that's it. Oh, the garlic dill. Yeah, let's do garlic and dill. This is uh, this is something I bring from back home. It's a mix of those. It's dry and it's fabulous. So, like I said, tomorrow I could do the same vegetables or take away a vegetable or add a can of corn or add a can of black beans, anything, and just season it differently. More paprika, maybe some cumin. Just be excited about eating healthy and be excited about what you want to put in your body so your creativity can help you with creating something amazing. Um, that's about it for the vegetables, and I'm going to go on to the tofu and the quinoa. I'm going to add a tiny bit of water too so it doesn't. Oh, yes, see, I said I'm going to do a sweet potato and I didn't. All right, so no sweet potato. But that's literally how I cook. Like, I'll come up with something and think about something, then I'll be like, oh, well, never mind. I'm going to do a quinoa. I also took this out just to show you guys. These are hearts of palm pasta. This one is literally already shredded like that. And you get, it's not a lot of sodium. It's not a lot of, literally not a lot of everything. Dietary fiber for it is about 7%. So it's nice. It's gluten free. It's not, the carbs are not sugar carbs, which is another thing that I like about it. So you take that out of the bag, it's ready to go because it's raw. It's like shredding a pickle. That's really what hearts of palm are. They're usually pickled. You rinse it out and you can add that to the vegetables. And instead of having it with quinoa, you can have noodles. So it's a stir fry with noodles, but the noodles don't have gluten in them. They're not, and you can do different kinds of noodles just because my diet is more strict and I don't eat regular noodles. I find solutions. So it's good. Um, all right. So we're doing quinoa. Okay. Depending on how many people are eating, again, that will be your amount. So I'm putting a little bit of avocado oil, like a little, I don't even know what that is. A little. I go like this. I pour until I get half of my strainer. I know that's about an amount that will last me for 2 days. So it depends on how many people eat and how much you want. Measure. Usually a cup is a lot and it will last you for a few days, like a couple of days. And I cook my quinoa plain, meaning I only put salt in it and that's it. Why? Because then I can use it with whatever I'm cooking and it doesn't take away from the flavors. Or if I didn't feel like eating cooked meal and I just want a salad, I add the protein to the salad, which is the quinoa. And then, I'm sure many times you went out to those places who make salads to go or by your own, customize, and they show you different proteins. You 90% of the time you're going to find quinoa there. People add quinoa to salads because it's a great source of plant-based protein. So that's how I make it. I make it with just salt and water, and let it steam, just like how you would cook rice. And that's about it. And it tastes great, and I can use it for whatever I need. So I added my quinoa to the pot, added a little Himalayan salt, mixing it together. and I'm going to add water. So it's literally how you would cook rice. And if you don't know how to cook rice, you put the water to cover, you let it boil, and once it boils, you lower it. Let me see, where's the cover? So I'm going to turn the heat to high, and I'm going to let it do its thing. In the meantime, I'm going to rinse that quinoa from the spoon. And mind you, I have 15 other spoons, but that's how I cook. I don't worry about everything else. I move from one thing to the next, one thing to the next. Mixing this up a little bit. Now I'm starting to see that it's starting to get a little sticky to the bottom, so I'm going to turn down the heat because it's getting softer regardless. Now I'm going to move to my tofu. Love me some tofu. I know it's not healthy. I gotta be careful how much I eat it. I know people always tell me. I try. But yeah, I still love me some tofu. And mind you, I hated tofu because every time I tried it, the texture was terrible. And the flavor was terrible. So I never ate it until I made it on my own and made it the way I like it. And I was winning. So, trust yourself or trust me right now with what I'm telling you and then try it out. So I get the firm, not extra firm, regular firm tofu. I take a couple of these. Again, people can say, no, you got to do it like this. That's how I do it. And it's working for me. And I'm loving what I'm eating. And everybody else that tries it loves it. So I'm giving you the easy, squeezy way to do things. All right, let me see. I'm going to check on my quinoa. It's not boiling yet. All right, perfect. So you can do it squares. I'm going to do it like steaks to make it easier right now while we're filming. But I'm just going to cut them and add them to the pan. And you'll see the easy seasoning that I do for that. This kind of pan doesn't really need oil, but I like the tofu to have a little flavor. So a drizzle, again with avocado oil. And I'm going to set them on the pan. Turn the fire on. So this is my tofu right now. Probably have room for one more, but we'll keep it like that. I'll do a little drizzle on the top. That's it. So altogether, there's not even probably not even a tablespoon of oil in everything that I did. Maybe at the most a tablespoon of oil. I take everything, where are we? Hey! I take everything bagel seasoning. That's it. That's my favorite way to make tofu. I am very generous with it. I love it. Again, my food is healthy, but it's not like that it doesn't have fat in it or things of that nature. It's just keeping it plant-based and not too many different flavors or different processed flavors. It's all clean seasoning. The quinoa is wilding. Where's my spoon? So I'm going to turn down my quinoa and I'm going to let it do its thing. And now I have three things simultaneously going. And like I said, it's a full meal. You can play around all of these. You can add noodles. You can do whatever you want. This is actually what I use. I don't use regular soy sauce. I either use liquid amino. Most of the time, I try to use coconut amino that doesn't have soy in it at all. But I couldn't find one today that didn't have added sugars, and I don't do added sugars. So I just went with that one. But it's still gluten-free, which I love it. It really has nothing in it. It's vegetable protein from soybeans and water. So I like it, when I want my little Asian flavor. So kind of venture out. Those things I'm learning as I go too. I've only became fully vegan, no sugar, and mostly no gluten 2.5 years ago, like I said, right after cancer. And that happened January of 2023. So I'm learning as I go. I'm embracing new things. I love it. I try to eat less and I try to eat healthier. And, I'm going to do some desserts too later. I'll bake some cookies and I'll make some other stuff. We'll probably separate the segments so you'll get benefits of nutrition all the time. But I really am so surprised on the amazing things that we can make and we can eat that don't involve all the things that we used to or familiar with. So change is good. Change is good, people. It needs another minute. I'm gonna flip it. And now that this is kind of getting ready, I'm gonna add some herbs. So I only have here fresh cilantro and fresh parsley. Um, this is how I do it. Boom. Oh my God, look at her sink. How does she do videos like that? I can't believe she's doing food videos like that. I'm not doing food videos. I'm just showing you how I cook. When I come out with my cooking book, it's going to be a whole nother different experience. I'm sure I'll be needing to make things look very much neater. But right now, it's my personal mess and I love it. One of my favorite things to do when I cook is listen to inspirational things. It can be podcasts, it can be just videos of some of my mentors that I love listening to. It's called net time, no extra time. You don't need to sit down and uh, allocate a specific time to listening because then you'll never really listen because you'll never find the time. So net time is cooking time, folding laundry time, driving time. Those are times that you don't need to put an extra special time for that, but you get all the benefits from it. So my speaker is always in the corner over there next to my juicer, and I play something. Usually for me, it might be Dr. Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer, or Neville Goddard, or Tony Robbins. Those are my people. I try to listen to them. And or I watch my own show because I'm so in love with myself. No, I watch it one time after the show just to see how I did, and then that's it. All right, I added some fresh herbs. Where's my kitchen towel? My kitchen towel went MIA. Don't let a full top stove scare you. All right, and don't let a tofu that's getting stuck scare you either. Again, like my mom Tammy used to say, your belly doesn't care how it looks. It only cares how it tastes. So sometimes I do a perfect flip and sometimes not so much. But let me tell you, it tastes just the same. And I don't put a lot of oil. That's why sometimes it sticks. If you don't mind your oil intake, go for it. You could add a little bit more so it will be a little more greasy and slide better on your pan. Uh, I tried with non-stick pan and it also sticks even when I do a little bit of oil or when I do no oil. So it is what it is. Now that I flipped it, I'm going to put a little bit on that side because we don't want the sides of the tofu fighting between themselves. That's not fair. You got all the seasoning. I didn't get none. I talk to my food. That's why it tastes so good. I'm telling you. You got to show it love. So that's about it. Usually when things are like that, either I take a break and scroll, or I'm very much in tune with what's going on that I'm listening to. So I'm just pausing for a second and centering myself, listening to good vibes, smelling good smells, and just allowing my sensory experience to kind of mindfully center me in what I'm doing, because we do get lost in our day to day, and we do, even cooking like that, can seem to one very frantic. I'm doing so many things simultaneously, but for me, it's a way of actually calming me and a way of centering me. And when I have so many things, I have all these smells, I take those moments of mindfulness just to enjoy the moment and realize how blessed I am to have the plethora of all the things that I have, to cook such a beautiful, healthy meal, to feed my body, oops, the microphone, to feed my body with such good things, and healthy, nutritional food. Uh, and for me, again, plant-based became the way. I love it. 2.5 years of fully plant-based, almost 13 years, no meat, 12 years no dairy, 11 years no caffeine, 10 years no eggs, and it goes on and on. And it's a process. And people are like, how? You don't eat nothing. How can you do it? Little by little. Give yourself time. If you're going to try to cut all of this off in one day, your body's going to go in crisis, just because your mind will not know what the hell is going on. So don't do that to yourself, and don't set yourself up for failure. Give yourself time. Like everything else in life, it's a process. So you will get to the place you want to get. If you really want to get there, you'll get there. I told you guys before, I kept telling myself about becoming fully vegan. The mind will catch up with the body, and the body will catch up with the mind. Once they will align, I will not feel the need anymore to have any fish or any, for me, not eating sushi, not eating rice, because I don't eat sugar carbs either. So I don't eat rice, I don't eat pasta, I don't eat bread, I don't eat cooks and cakes and all these things. But I'm not lacking anything. I promise you that. And I'm more enjoying the way my body digests things, the energy that I have. So it really is a beautiful thing to kind of enjoy cooking a meal rather than always going out to eat, and enjoying the whole experience too. So I wish you could smell what we smell, and I wish you could taste it. But in the meantime, all I can hope for you is that you'll try it. I'll take a picture later, or we'll do a little video once we are eating it, so you can see how we enjoyed it. But that's about it. We got the veggies, we got the tofu, we got the quinoa. We got it going on. I hope you enjoyed this. Many blessings. I'm eating. Cheers. That's what I'm talking about. Love it. I did quinoa, vegetables, and tofu all together.